If you're Big Daddy, are you getting the kids together? Are you stay-at-home dad? Are you a part-time dad? Are you a full-time dad? Are you working? You ever see the kids? And by the way, a lot goes into being a dad these days. What goes into being a good dad? This is, I don't know, like a third in our whole segment that we have been doing with Dr. John Braccio on fatherhood. And joining us now from Regional Psychological Services is that same said Dr. John Braccio. Hey, Big Daddy Doc, how you doing?
Oh, Mike, I'll call you Big Daddy Mike. Listen,
How you like it?
Doing good, my friend. And I think a key thing is children of good fathers, they can debate what's the top quality, but there's really little doubt that there's certain traits that come forward, okay? Children who have or have had good, loving fathers regularly talk about the good times they had in their relationships. And those that have not or do not are quite upset about this, and in life they can feel abandoned or not respected or cared for. It puts a big hole in their lives and resentment that can last a lifetime. So what are these key characteristics? We'll talk about some of these, and we can we certainly have more at drjohnb.com. But as far as mentioning some key ones, being available, I guess you have to be there. I mean, obviously, if you're not there, you can't. And then I think you want to be protecting the person, certainly the children from persons or situations that could be dangerous or harmful. And you want to show unconditional love. It's not the kind of love, if you do this, then I will love you. If not, I'm not going to. So then you want to do good modeling, of life and work, ethics. You want to, the father wants to be modeling good behaviors. And then you want to teach a strong sense of spirituality or a moral code to help the child. So and having humor. So these are just some of the key things, Mike. And I know this is an area, near and dear to your heart. I mean, I guess, what do you feel? You must get feelings, too, in terms of a good father is.
I have feelings and thoughts, and I will say to you this. I am a dad of 6 kids who are no longer really kids. I mean, the youngest is going to be 20. But I've screwed it up enough to learn from my own mistakes, and hopefully I haven't screwed it up enough to screw up their own lives. But we're quite now that they're getting more into adulthood, we can have those adult conversations. You know what I mean? I think it's imperative early on for a dad, for when the kids are really young, and that's a lot of pressure, I know, but to deal first of all with his own demons and his own shortcomings, and figure out how to get that in line. Because if you don't have that in line, you're not going to, like you said, modeling, you're not going to get that and put that forward in your words, in your actions. And believe me, your actions, way more powerful than your words.
And you said something really important there, too, about your own demons. Everybody has flaws. And some parents, some dads have made the comment, well, I'm just not good at this, so I'm not going to be there, to which I say rubbish. That's just not true. You work on your own issues and problems, but that doesn't mean that as you're doing that you take yourself away from your children. No, good dads are really going to be there. They're going to be having just respect for the child, and they're going to be respectful of the mother, whether they're married or not. And when it comes to mistakes, they're going to try to be tolerant of human errors that children make, and they can indicate. Dads can say, "Hey, I've made mistakes, made a lot of mistakes. These are some of the ones I have, and I don't want you to do the same ones." And that's being a good father, okay? But again, we're thinking about tolerance. That's really kind of a big thing, because too many parents and dads we're going to be talking about here may be a little hard, and they are too critical. And I think it's really important to get that balance between being critical of errors that are just make no sense and well below the potential of the person. You want to make sure that you're just not attacking the person. Or you want the dad to be there. Hey, you can do better than that. This is something we can work on. Let's talk about it. It's being that the dad that you want to be. When you want your child to grow up and say, I want to be like that. I want to do things like that. You want to be modeling kindness and strong family commitment. These are the kinds of things. And because if you have a good relationship with your child as your child is growing up, then the odds are you're going to have a really good relationship the rest of their lives as you're sharing stories and you're sharing things, and you keep doing it. I mean, that's part of being a good father. You've been there, and you will be there the whole life. You never really kind of quit. I remember my brother in his 60s would purposely pull out his shirt, so my dad would say, "Put that shirt in," okay, just kind of a cute. One of the things that my dad wanted to make sure you put your shirt in, of all things. So I think that these are the key things, that you're available, that you're protecting them, that you're doing good modeling, you're teaching a strong sense of spirituality or moral code, because life can be difficult, and you can look at senseless problems in the world. And if you don't watch out, you can get utterly drained looking at these things in the world and in your own life, your own community. You got to say, hey, your job is to do the best you can do. Focus on you, focus on those you love and care close to you, and try to help others. But if you focus on negativity, this is when the good dad, the good father comes in and tries a good balance about how you look at life. Because if you don't have a good balance between work, between spirituality, in terms of leisure time, in terms of just having a time to live, quiet time, if you don't get that balance in life, it really leads to problems. And that's what a good dad can do. He can really be in there and working with the son, working with the daughter, and teaching the golden mean of Aristotle, nothing too extreme, but trying to just be successful and be good. And that's what dad is, someone to look up to. And like you say, in life, you're going to make mistakes. You may have some kids you really have issues with, but I think as long as the person really knows you're loving and caring and you're trying to take their needs into account, things are going to work out. And that's what you want to do to be a good dad. It's really there's no easy roadmap. Each kid is a different roadmap.
It's interesting. It sounds so simple, and in a way it's about really, really simple, and in a way it's really, really complicated and tough, because you got other people's personalities, emotions, get involved, and all of that. It's 7:18 as we wrap it up here with Dr. John Braccio. By the way, BraccioPhD.com, Regional Psychological Services, East Lansing. But I would also just add this. You are who your dad was, and you're raising kids who are who you are, or mom. Mom and dad, your kid, you became your mom and dad. You did, or you are in the process thereof, whether you didn't want to or not. And the thing is, if you don't get it, if you don't understand it, if it's too hard, hang out. Just like we always tell our kids, hang out with the right kids. You choose your friends. You hang out with the right crowd. And just exactly that. Hang out with dads who get it. If you don't know what you're doing, find dads who do, who you think are doing right, and make friends. Be open and honest and hang out with them. It'll rub off on you. You'll learn some lessons. Hard lessons, maybe, but some lessons.
Mike, those
good
are
stuff.
Key words. Those are good things. You want your kids with other good kids that are trying to move forward, and with other dads that are trying to do the same thing. I mean, this is a world, we make people better, and if you have dad's involvement and you have them already doing their job, if you will, kids don't ask to come into the world. So we're not eliminating mothers here. We're simply making a focus here for 4 weeks on what good fathers are, and that's what we're doing.
All right, Dr. John Braccio, Dr. B. I love it. BraccioPhD.com. And, hey, next Tuesday we'll do it all again. Thank you, Doc.
Sounds good, my friend. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
You as well. Bye-bye. 1320 WILS. Hang on.